And that, my friends, just leaves me with just one more game that is going to feature a Power 5 team. And this last matchup that takes place at 8 o'clock Eastern and is also going to be on the Pac-12 network as well, is going to feature that Heisman Trophy winner. It's going to feature USC, one of the best teams in the country. They come in ranked number 6 in the nation, probably the most high-profile team playing on Saturday. And they'll take on a decent program in San Jose State. Now, San Jose State, they're having one of their best 4 to 5 year runs in a very long time, and that just a huge credit to that coaching staff. That coaching staff doing a very good job with leading this team. But right now let's go ahead. Let's dive into the game lines, right? So the game line for this is 30.5. USC is favored to win by 30 plus points. This is supposed to be the biggest blowout of Saturday evening. Now, this couple of things to keep in mind. USC has one of the best offenses in the country. San Jose State actually isn't too shabby in the offensive end as well. They average 28 points a game. So you want to talk about a game that is most likely to be an absolute shootout? This is the game to look for if you love offense, and rightfully so. This has the highest over-under as well. It's currently posted at 64.5 right now. So we'll jump into San Jose State first, and then we'll talk about what USC's got going on besides Caleb Williams. We all know what Caleb Williams can do. So San Jose State, they had a decent season last year. They went 7-5. They were not invited to a bowl game, unfortunately, but at the same time, this San Jose State squad, it's a solid football team. This is a very good program in the Mountain West. Maybe not the best program in the Mountain West. I would say that belongs to like the Boise States and the Fresno States of the world as well. But it's a good program. It is a pretty good program overall. They had 6+ wins, I believe, in their last 4 years. So that's nothing to scoff at. However, they are certainly going to be tested by that USC team. So what does San Jose State, what do they have to do in order to win this game? And I think for San Jose State, for them, it really comes down to the trenches. First and foremost, let's start with that offensive line. That offensive line has to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. Now, they have a quarterback in, let me go ahead. His name is escaping me right now. Chevin Cardiero. He is more of a mobile quarterback. He is a veteran quarterback, but at the same time, you got to give this kid time to throw the football because he can make the plays if you give him that time. But last year, that just didn't happen. They allowed 42 sacks last season on this quarterback. And over the previous 3 seasons, they averaged 44 sacks. So this offensive line has not gotten the job done. Average darn year 3 to 4 sacks allowed a game. It's a lot of hits that you're taking for a quarterback, and could diminish a lesser quarterback's confidence. But at the same time, though, how else can the San Jose State team do? What can they do to win this game? Well, frankly, what they really need to do is they really need to be that team that is going to get to Caleb Williams. Because let's be honest, if Caleb Williams has time to cook, it's barbecue chicken. It's over. We know very well what Caleb Williams is capable of doing. He already has the Heisman Trophy on his resume. And if it wasn't for Caleb Williams getting hurt in that Pac-12 championship game, we might have seen USC in the college football playoff last year instead of Ohio State. Those are two things that could very well happen. So San Jose State's defense, they have to find a way to get home to Caleb Williams. Because if not, man, it's going to be a long day. It is going to be a very long day at the office. And the thing with USC, too, is for all the problems that USC had, they actually did solid against stopping the pass. They were able to get a consistent pass rush. They had NFL players on that defensive line. Now, they got guys like Bear Alexander, most notably through the transfer portal. Now we're talking that USC team now beefed up in the front seven. So San Jose State are going to have to find a way to give this quarterback some time. And as long as USC can also stop the run as well. That was what really hurt them towards the end of the season. They couldn't stop it against Utah. They allowed over 200 yards on the ground. And then in that Cotton Bowl, they gave up over 300 yards to Tulane. Both of them ended up in losses. So that could be something that San Jose State could also try to go ahead and try to exploit as well. Maybe one of those situations where you're trying to, run some halfback draws, maybe some halfback screens, get them to be more committed to stopping that run, maybe be a little bit more honest in terms of maybe making some of these defensive linemen second guess themselves a little bit. Could be those type of things. But yeah, that we know Caleb Williams, we know that he's a bad man. And with Caleb Williams, USC is certainly capable of winning a national championship as long as Caleb Williams stays healthy. If he stays healthy, then, the sky could be the limit for this USC team because they are supposed to be better on the defensive side of the ball. Their coaching on the defense should be better too. Even the offensive line is going to be better as well. So they beefed up in the trenches, both sides of the ball. And, defense is going to be, better. Now, that being said, San Jose State being on national television, this could be a game where we see them come out fired up, maybe more motivated, because USC is, it could be a situation where you could certainly see USC maybe lollygag through the first quarter and a half. For San Jose State, this is their Super Bowl. So if we get through the end of the first quarter and we see San Jose State take the lead, we see this defense of the Spartans initially able to get home and get a few stops because of it, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked at all if San Jose State is leading after one quarter of action. However, what I also think is eventually going to happen as well is Caleb Williams is going to start cooking eventually. I don't know when, but he's going to show those moments why he was a Heisman Trophy winner. I think that happens too. And with this Trojan defense being better, they got crushed their last two games of the year. I think it's also possible that they come out and play like they're trying to prove a point and make sure that this game is never close to begin with. And maybe create a situation to where maybe any significant thought of any crazy upset happening of any kind, well, that's going to be gone like a girl in a country song by about midway through the third quarter as well. This could be a bloodbath. This could certainly be a bloodbath. You could see the any given Saturday line, and right now that's posted up at about 47. It could get ugly, man. It could get extremely ugly, extremely fast. So watch out for that as well.